everyone, welcome to today's class. My name is Yip, this is Sophie. I'll be guiding you through today's sequence. We're gonna start laying down on our back. However, I want to invite you to find anything that you can use that's either a brick, maybe you can find some pillows, or you can even roll up a blanket or a towel. We'll be placing the brick in between our shoulder blades. So you can do this on the low setting, on the semi-high setting. For now, I wouldn't put it on the highest. So we're going to put it in between our shoulder blades so you can find your way laying down. And again, if you want to, you can do this with a pillow or a towel or a blanket. So see where it feels comfortable. You can naturally sort of feel where that edge is that you want to balance it on. And you can either have your head hanging, or you can use another brick if that feels too strenuous on your neck. So you can put that below your neck as well. So try to place the brick in the length way. So it's running along your spine and it's really sort of opening up your chest. Your shoulder blades are rounding around it and your shoulder points are moving towards the mat. See that you feel comfortable and safe here. So that might mean that you put the brick in a little bit lower setting. So it's about comfort and surrender. We're going to be here for a few minutes just to arrive on the mat, to open up the body slowly, taking our time, not rushing anywhere just yet. So you can use towel as well, or a pillow. And if you don't have anything close by, just see if you can walk the shoulder blades toward one each other so the chest really falls open when you're laying down. Play around with that. Breathing in deeply, opening through the chest. So the heart area is really open right now. So maybe that brings up a little bit of emotion or a little bit of like, ooh, this feels overwhelming. Could be possible. So see that you calm yourself down by using your breath, focusing on your inhale and your exhale. Really letting yourself be heavy. So today's focus of this class is cultivating self-love. So the invitation every class, but maybe today with a little bit more awareness, be very kind and very gentle to yourself. Really listen to what your body is telling you. Is your brick on a too high setting? Then lower it. Is your body telling you, oh, I'm a bit stiff, I don't want to move into a posture that deep? Listen to that. You know, it's important that we really listen to what the body tells us. We're often very focused, very mind-driven. That's just how society is set up right now. So we have an opportunity today right here to focus more on the body and what it tells us. Because if we truly start to listen to what the body tells us, we can actually learn a lot more than we think. Literally. We think a lot. We don't often feel that much. So working with your breath to calm yourself down here. Maybe you can slowly feel that your shoulders are melting further down towards the earth and the heart is slowly opening. The chest area opening up. And just like Sophie did, if you want to, you can maybe remove the brick that's below your head. We'll be here for another minute or so. Really allowing the body to open up. Really welcoming yourself onto the mat in your practice. For the next hour, you have nowhere else to be but here. What a treat. What a luxury. An hour dedicated to moving and connecting to yourself. You can start by putting your elbows on your mat and putting some pressure into them, rolling your chin towards the chest slowly, and then maybe coming to the side a little bit, removing the brick. Just lay down for a moment on your back, feeling that sensation, how the body feels so differently now when the brick is removed. And feel into where you're feeling that. Back, shoulders, chest, neck, hips maybe even a little bit. See where you feel it. Maybe you feel it in your pinky toe. I can't feel that for you, you know? Follow the feeling. So very often we have this super harsh inner critic inside of our minds. I think a lot of people have this. And see if for today we can say, hey, thank you for trying to often look out for me or protect me or help me. But right now, maybe take a back seat. I'm going to choose a slightly kinder approach into my practice today. So if you're struggling in a certain posture and that voice pops up, you're so not flexible, you're not strong. Just say, hey, thank you, I got this. See you next time. Yeah? All right. Slowly start to find your way to a comfortably seated position. And place your feet against one another. If you want to, you can place some bricks below your knees. So you can support the knees, or you can just have them hanging in the air, or maybe they're already all the way to the floor. Listen to your body, very important. You can walk yourself closer towards the heels. See if that feels good for you in the groin and hip area. We're going to grab hold of our feet. And then we're going to inhale, open the chest, spine is nice and straight. And then exhale, hinge forward. And maybe because we're not warmed up yet, you're not coming so deep. But I want to emphasize that feeling in the hips, in the groin. A little bit of a yin approach, focusing on the deeper connective tissues here. And doing that before you warmed up just means that you're targeting the body differently. So the muscle isn't quite warm yet, so you're really working with the deeper connective tissues right now. So that's why practicing yoga in the morning versus practicing it in the evening is a very different experience sometimes. Maybe on every exhale, you're slowly opening up bit by bit, moving in a bit deeper, but protect your knees, so don't overdo it. So just a small hip opening stretch at the start before we start flowing. Really feel into what you're feeling. So don't think, don't try to judge good, bad, horrible, stressful. Work with your breath. Calm yourself down. Surrender. All right, slowly come back up. Bring the knees in, remove blocks. You can place your hands behind you and move a couple of windshield wipers, moving the hips. Maybe you drop them down, stay there for a moment. Come back to the center, drop them the other way. Just a little bit of movement here. And then we're going to find our way to standing posture. Great. Have your feet about hip distance, a little bit of space in between your feet. Pick up all 10 toes and feel the corners of your feet connecting to the mat. For me, it really helps picking up the toes to really feel the soles of the feet pushing into my mat. Then see if you can place your toes down one by one. Takes some practice, and some people can do it really easily. Engage the leg muscles by pulling up your kneecaps. Draw your belly button towards the spine, activating your core muscles. Inhale the shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, slide the shoulder blades down and back, palms open up to the front. If you want, you can close your eyes for a moment. Mountain pose. Muscles are activated and engaged. Inhale, lift the arms up, fingertips touch, look up. Exhale, bend the elbows, 45-degree angle, cactus arms. Opening the chest. Bend backwards a little bit, just a tiny bit. Opening that chest, shining it out. Feel the openness. Breathing here for 1. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, the hands come up again. Look up, stretch up, your whole body long. Stretching. Exhale, the hands move through the heart center, fold forward. Have the knees deeply bent for the first forward fold, so your upper body is laying down on your thighs. You can work by starting to stretch your leg, but see if you can keep that upper body connected to the legs. So you're stretching slowly the back of your legs, opening, but keep that connection. So it might mean that for now you're not coming so far with a straight leg, or maybe your upper body is glued to your thighs and your legs are straight. Either or is fine. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is straight, chin moves towards the chest, shoulder blades contract. Hands are on the floor, shins or thighs. Making sure that we look straight like a tabletop. Beautiful. Nice adjustments. Exhale, fold forward. Let's move into that tabletop again. Inhale, straighten the spine. The neck is also the spine, so that's why the chin moves towards the chest. Shoulder blades contract towards each other. Abdomen is engaged by pulling the belly button towards the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your knee down. And walk your left foot over towards the edge, pointing your toes over the edge so they're on a little angle. If you want to have the block close so you can lean on that, grab hold of it. Or you can come on your hands, on your forearms. See where you want to go today. Oh, losing my microphone. You can stay into the pose. So you can move in deeper by coming onto the forearms. Or stay where you are, elevating the floor towards you. So working with the hips here right now. You can pick up the inner edge of the left foot, moving it up towards the sky so the hip opens up a little bit more. Breathing here. Inhale deeply into those sticky, stuck areas. So everything that feels tight, visualize you are directing your breath towards that spot and you're opening it up. Beautiful. Placing your foot back down, making your way back onto your hands. You're going to inhale, move the left hand forward and then bend it over towards the back. Now maybe this is enough. So you can feel your chest is nice and open, the shoulder is moving back. You're not leaning into the wrist, you're pushing out and up so the chest stays strong, arm is strong. You can then decide to bend your right leg. If you can grab hold of the right foot from the outside. The shoulder stays nice and open and keep pushing into that right arm so you're active here. Your right knee is pushing back. So you feel the knee pushing back, lengthening all the way from the hip point. And then you can see if you can move the foot closer towards your buttocks. But see that you can do that with your muscle strength rather than pulling that foot and just forcing it painfully so. So your knee is moving back into the mat towards the back and the foot is moving towards the buttocks. Keep breathing, super intense, this posture. For me it is, maybe for you it's a breeze. One more inhale. Exhale, release the foot down. The left hand goes up and over, back onto the mat. Walk your left foot into the center. Pick up your right knee, toes are curled under. Now push the floor away as if you're doing cat. And then see if you can step your left foot back into plank without moving the hips. Beautiful. Lower the knees or full chaturanga if you want to. Elbows stay close to the rib cage. Lower, the shoulders don't drop below the elbows. Inhale, slide forward. Chest moves up. Shoulders move back. Elbows stay close. Look up. Feet are together. Exhale, bend your knees wide. Big toes are touching, child's pose. Breathe out. Beautiful. Keep breathing deeply. Every exhale, your body gets a little more heavy. Inhale, coming to all fours. Curl the toes under. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Back is straight. Lift up the knees off the mat, just a few centimeters. Strong. Beautiful. Start to move your buttocks towards your heels, all the way back until you can't go any further. Then start to straighten your legs. Really good. Walk your dog, pedal out your feet. All 10 fingers are spread widely onto the mat. Your palms are sucked to your mat, so you're pushing into the hands. Walk out the feet as much as you want. I'd rather have your spine straight than your heels on the floor. So if your heels are not quite on the floor yet, that's okay. You can even deeply bend your knees so the spine moves up, the buttocks goes up, you're pushing back, and then you start to play around with straightening those knees a little or a lot, but you're not losing that straightness in the spine and the buttocks that goes up, up, up towards the sky. Your inner elbows rotate to the front of your mat, so you're opening the shoulders a little bit more, so that sensation of the inner elbow moving to the front of the room. Beautiful, yes. Great. Sometimes people or teachers say cues, and it can be like, what are you saying? It can take a while. Like for me, there's some cues I've been going to yoga classes, and even to this day, I go to a class and someone gives me a cue and I'm like, suddenly it clicks and I'm like, oh, that's what that cue means. I get it now. So if not everything resonates with you straight away, that's okay. Don't stress yourself about it. Sometimes it suddenly clicks, or sometimes another teacher says it in a different way and you're like, ah, that's it, I get it. Inhale the right leg up high towards the sky. Keep your hips square. Exhale, bring the knee to nose, push the floor away. Then gently step your right foot in between your hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, the chest comes up. Hands move to the chest area, come to prayer. If you want to find some padding for that left knee, please feel free to do so. Finding a pillow or rolling your mat. So we're gonna straighten the right leg, picking up the toes of the right leg. So the heel is connected to the mat and the toes are up towards the sky. Maybe you have to slightly edge your leg a little bit forward, that's okay. If you want to find some bricks, and you can just have them here on the highest setting, holding yourself up, or alternatively, you can start to move in, folding forwards towards the front of your mat. So either holding bricks, keeping your hands to the heart center, or maybe you have your hands on the hips. Your right hip keeps moving backwards. Your left hip keeps moving forwards. And then you start to fold in, hinging from those hips. So you're not rounding too much right now through the spine. You're moving forward. So your nose is actually sort of moving towards the toes. Right hip keeps moving back. Left hip keeps moving forward. So you keep them nice and straight. Make sure that that right foot is super activated. So the right foot is really flexed. Right leg is straight. Wonderful. Super strong right now. If you want to play around, take your hands to the heart center or take them behind you and you're flying here. And the nose is moving towards the knee, or even beyond that maybe. If I move my nose towards my knee now, I'm starting to round. So that's why I prefer to move my forehead to my toes, or the crown of my head to my toes. Inhale, start to come back up, either holding bricks or hands to the chest. Starting to bend your knee, place your right foot back down, frame that right foot, pick up the left knee, and then step it to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is straight. Exhale, fold forward. Now see if you can keep that body connected to the thighs. And then play around with straightening your legs. Sorry, losing the mic again. It's a bit slippery today. Wonderful. And then roll yourself up slowly, all the way back up to standing. Your shoulders moving towards the ears. And then exhale, shoulder blades slide down and back, palms facing forward. Beautiful, super strong. Inhale, lift the arms up, look up. Stretch yourself all the way out. Exhale through the heart center, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, spine is straight. Exhale, step the left foot back, lower the knee down. Again, find some padding for your knee if that hurts you. Walk over the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Toes are pointing over the edge. See if this side of your body feels different. So maybe on this side you're staying on your hands. Or maybe on this side you're like, nope, gonna find a brick, gonna lay on my forearms, but I'm just elevating that floor towards me. You can even find 2 bricks and do the same. You don't need to lay on the floor to find the benefits of this posture, okay? So you're opening the hips, you're breathing very deeply. Beautiful. And then wherever you are, removing bricks or coming back onto your hands. This time we're going to inhale, move the right hand forward and then take it up and over. And then maybe this is enough. So your chest is nice and open, the shoulder is open, so your shoulder is really moving backwards, which helps opening up that chest. You're pushing into the floor with your left arm, so you're not leaning into the shoulder, but you're pushing out. Then if you want to start to bend your left knee, maybe grab hold of the left foot, the outer edge, and then think again about really pushing your left knee towards the back of the room. And then see if you can, on its own more or less, move the foot towards your bum. But you're not letting go of that openness through the chest, through the shoulder. Making sure that you keep pushing into your left arm and breathing deeply. Opening that left leg. Whoo, that can be a lot. One more inhale. And then exhale, release it down. So strong. Walking your right foot to the center again. Curl the left toes. Pick up that knee. You're pushing into your hands. So your hips are up. Your shoulders are rounded, and then see if you can step the right foot back without moving your hips. You can lower the knees if you want to, full Chaturanga. Elbows stay close to the rib cage. Shoulders don't drop. Inhale, slide forward. Come up. Shoulder blades are moving back. Exhale, child's pose. Knees are wide, toes are touching. Deep breath here. And then coming to all fours. Either find your own way into down dog, or you can curl those toes again, lift up the knees, and again push all the way back. So you're really lengthening through the arms, pushing into the palms, and then you're straightening out. But of course, feel free to play around with that and see if you can find another way there. That's all good. So again, maybe lift up your heels, bend your knees, and see what that does to the spine. Even if your heels are on the floor already, see what that does. So you're pushing into the palms. The inner elbows rotate forward, and then you lower one heel down and the other heel down. Did anything change in your upper body? If so, try it again. Pushing into the palms, shoulders are open. One foot down, other foot down. Taking our time today with these postures. Breathing here. Inhale, lift the left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee to nose, push the floor away, gently step it in between your hands. Lowering down the right knee, and then inhale, making your way back up. Hands come to the heart center. So maybe you just want to stay here today. That's also absolutely fine. See what feels right for your body. Maybe you want to find some padding for the knee. You can find those bricks again and stay here. See how that feels. Alternatively, you're going to straighten out the left leg, picking up the toes up towards the sky. So maybe you have to wiggle that heel forward a little bit, making sure that the left hip keeps moving back this time and the right hip moves forward. So hips stay nice and square. And then from there, you're gonna fold forward. So you can place your hand on the hips like Sophie is doing. You can keep the hands at the heart center. The left hip keeps moving back. The left foot is super active. Toes are activated up towards the sky. Engage those muscles. And then you're folding in. Maybe your crown of your head is moving towards the toes. And maybe you're holding the bricks and you're just enjoying this right now. Deeper into the posture is not necessarily better. It's about the sensations and the opening of your body. Breathing. Left hip keeps moving back, right hip keeps moving forward, toes are up towards the sky. Your exhale moves you deeper into the posture because you're relaxing the body. And then gently start to find your way back up, all the way up, hands to the heart center. Bend the left knee and then frame the foot. Pick up the right knee, curl the toes to do that. Push the floor away. Step the left foot back. High plank. Chaturanga, either bringing the knees down or full chaturanga, making sure those shoulders don't dip. Inhale, slide forward, uncurl the toes. Up dog, pushing yourself off the floor. And then exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Staying here for a moment. Think about your foundation. 10 fingers spread widely. Hands connected. Shoulders open. Spine straight. Okay, listen up. We're going to roll forward, coming into high plank. Then we're going to lower our knees down. Beautiful. We're going to walk our hands forward and come into puppy pose, melting heart pose. So the heart is melting towards the floor. So your hands walk forwards and then they're going to lower down onto your forearms. Your chest is moving towards the mat. Maybe you want to find a brick and place it in between. Place it under your chest, like this, or on the lower setting. And the heart is melting, so it's moving towards the mat. I'm using the brick right now. Or you can just let yourself dangle in the air until your chest finds the floor. Your hips are up high. So the hips are sort of above the knees. Melting the heart. Gently walk yourself back up. Great. Finding your way seated onto your legs. Listen up. We're gonna come up for a moment and then we're going to spread the feet out wide. The knees stay touching. Maybe you want to move your calf muscles out of the way and you're going to sit in between the legs. Maybe this is enough. You're like, ooh, I feel this a lot in my knees or in another place in my body. I actually want to sit onto a brick. Wonderful. If that's where you are right now, then either grab hold of opposite elbows so the chest is nice and open, or come into reverse prayer on the back of, on your back, sorry. and you can stay seated here. Alternatively, you're on the floor and your heels are touching your thighs, your knees are touching each other, and you're in between your feet. You can then also either grab hold of opposite elbows, the chest is nice and open, come into reverse warrior, or you can decide to move down further and you can start to lower onto your forearms and elbows. If that's where you are, relax here. You can also move in further. So you're coming all the way down to the floor, then you take your hands above the head. The knees can separate a little bit, but make sure that the knees stay on the floor. So if the knees are coming off the floor, then please move back into the previous posture. So there's a slight rounding through the spine, the chest is nice and open, and you're relaxing here, breathing. So wherever you are, find a little bit of stillness. So if you're up here, maybe close your eyes. Have your arms in reverse warrior. And start to focus on breathing into the heart space. So that's where you're going to be breathing, or focusing your attention rather. Open chest, shining it out. Really good. If you are all the way down, please make sure that you put your elbows down first. Then you start to move your chin towards the chest and you're pushing into your hands, into your feet, coming up gently, slowly, beautiful, releasing the hands. If you're on a brick, remove the brick and then move towards the side, taking your legs out in front of you. Yeah, great. Nice. Well done. So you can sit on a brick or you can just stay here for a moment. Place your hands behind you, bend your knees, and here as well, some windshield wipers. Great. How's it going with the feeling in your body? Can you feel the sensations? Or have you lost a little bit of awareness, moved back into the mind, thinking? When you're ready, meet me with your legs out straight in front. You can remove the flesh here a little bit, and you can walk your hips back slightly, making sure that you can have a nice and straight spine. Inhale, the hands move up. And then exhale, you aim towards the toes. If you can't grab hold of your toes, bend your knees and move your toes closer to you so you can get a nice release in that lower back. And then you fold over. If your legs are straight, you can start to work towards grabbing hold of your feet, of the toes. If you have hold of your toes, you can start to work towards bending the elbows towards the calf muscles. And if that's also working, then you place your head on your legs. And you move your forehead towards your toes. So it's very intense, still stretching. Great. Gently start to roll yourself up. We're gonna bend the right knee and move the foot towards the midline and take your left leg out towards the side. Great. make sure that that spine is nice and straight again. And then we're going to move our left hand along our left leg. We're going to inhale the right leg, right arm. The right leg up would be a bit difficult. The right arm comes up. The palm moves towards the right, so up towards the ceiling sort of. And then you start to bend towards your left leg. Beautiful. So you can let your right arm with the palm up towards the sky, and then it falls open to that left leg. Making sure that your right hip point and your right buttock stays down on the floor. And maybe your right leg is moving towards the left foot so much that it can grab hold of the left foot, mixing it all up right now. So if you're grabbing hold of that left foot with your right hand, making sure that the shoulder rotates open towards the sky, the armpit stays open, the chest stays open. And maybe you're nowhere close and you're just hanging out here. And then just in your mind's eye, you keep moving your right armpit towards the back. Your left shoulder moves towards the front, and the chest stays nice and open. Everyone's doing great. You can feel the space in between your rib cage opening up. Deep side stretch. Inhale, slowly, gently move yourself back to the center. Take your right foot out towards the side. Left leg bends. Foot moves towards the midline. Great. The right hand now moves alongside that right leg. And then you inhale, take your left arm up. Rotate your palm towards the back. And then let it drop towards that right foot. Opening the body up. And again here, maybe this side is different. I can feel my left side is different to my right side today. So less openness on one side. That's okay, that's fine. We're just making sure that the left armpit keeps moving towards the sky. Right shoulder keeps moving open to the front. You can feel that stretch. So if you're bending over towards the knee, come back out a little bit, open yourself up, and then move in deeper again, okay? Making sure the left buttocks stays connected. Deep stretch on the side. Woo! Really good. And of course here, if you wanted to, you can bend that right knee a little bit, so you can grab hold of the toes a little bit better. But that's if it's really hard for you to keep the legs straight or it hurts you in any ways. Inhale, start to make your way back to the center. Great. Straighten out the legs in front of you. Give a little shake, hands go behind you. Woo, nice. We're gonna roll onto our backs. We're going to bend the knees, find a brick, pillow, anything that you want to elevate your hips. If you don't have anything close by, just place your hands below your buttocks. Alternatively, you're going to place that brick under your hips, medium setting, low setting. If you want to play around with a high setting, you can. See if that's comfortable though. Just put it on the highest and place it anywhere in your lower back point. Just a little bit above your buttocks. You can feel that point, like almost the end of your spine. Then place your palms up towards the sky. And then take your legs up towards the sky as well. Now, if you're on the highest setting, that's a bit wobbly and it's maybe a bit difficult, then place it on the medium setting or stay up here. Maybe you want to hold on to the brick for a moment if it's up the highest, and then see if you can straighten it, and then see if you can release the brick. If this is difficult to balance, or you want to find a different way to get into this posture, find the wall. And just lean against the wall with your legs, breathing there. Breathing deeply, relaxing your face, your jaw, maybe finding a little smile somewhere. And then starting to bend your knees, let your feet find a way back onto the mat. Remove the brick. A couple of windshield wipers here with the knees dropping towards the floor. Look into the opposite side. So if the knees are to the right, you look over to the left. And the other way around, knees to the left, looking over to the right. Coming to the center, sliding your heels over the mat, feeling a bit of resistance, feet are together. And then on your exhale, release the feet, let it all go. So we're moving into Shavasana right now, and it will be followed with a little meditation. If you're watching the recording, you can press pause if you want to enjoy a longer Shavasana, or alternatively, just join me along. Gently start to wiggle your toes and fingers. Again, if you want to stay in Shavasana, please feel free to do that. It was relatively short because we'll be moving into meditation right now. Stretch your hands above your head and have a big stretch. Enjoy that. I love that feeling. Bend your knees towards the chest and then roll onto the right hand side of your body. Releasing the feminine side of the body, left side. Has nothing to do with gender, has everything to do with energy. Enjoying that safety feeling of fetal position for a moment. A posture that many of us feel naturally safe in, or that we move into when we are sad or have pain. There's a reason for that, fetal position, the safety of the womb. When you're ready, find your way to a comfortably seated posture. You can sit onto a brick, have your legs easy cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus. You can sit on top of your legs like so. You can place a brick in between the legs like we did earlier. And wherever you are, make sure that you have a straight spine. You can do the meditation laying down, of course. Arms are relaxed, hands are anywhere on your legs or on your thighs, Palms facing downwards for a more grounding experience. Palms open towards the sky for a more receptive posture. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to bend the middle finger and the index finger, so the pinky finger and the ring finger are out straight. You're going to take your thumb out to the side, and we'll be doing a little bit of alternate nostril breathing so we can balance both sides of the body. So the way that works is we're going to inhale through one nostril and then exhale to the opposite one. We're going to hold the nostril closed with the thumb or the ring finger, so your hand looks like this. We're going to inhale deeply. I'll guide you through it. Just move along with me. Inhale deeply. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Close your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right nostril. Close your left with your ring finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the right nostril. Exhale through the left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Close it with your ring finger. Inhale through the right. Close it with your thumb. Exhale on the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Last 2 rounds on your own. And on exhaling on the left, keep your eyes closed when you're ready. If the mind wanders, don't worry about it. Come back to the breath. Focus on your breath, on the rising and falling. Focus your attention on your heart space. And on every inhale, you start to visualize a white light there. And on every exhale, you release anything that you're holding on to, thoughts, tension, sensations that don't serve you anymore, that are weighing you down. And on every inhale, the white light becomes bigger and more spacious, moving from the inside of your body all the way to its edges and beyond. On every exhale, you just release, you let go. Maybe you feel it evaporating, maybe it's moving out of your body. Whatever way, just let it go. You can say what I'm about to say alongside me, repeat it in your mind or say it out loud. It's just a few positive affirmations. I am worthy. I am lovable. I am confident. I am kind. I am creative. I am capable. I am enough. I'm good the way I am. See if you can find some I am affirmations for yourself that you feel that you need to hear right now. If you find it difficult to find any, you can focus on one. I'm lovable. I'm enough. I'm amazing. And maybe right now these affirmations don't instantly ring true to you. You're saying the words, but you don't feel them quite yet into your being. And that's possible. It takes time for a lot of us to learn to reconnect and truly love ourselves. But it's so important that we are soft and we take our time to make that connection to ourselves. Because that inner critic can be so tough on us. So we need to find these little moments in our day, or big moments, even better, where we find some kindness directed towards ourselves. Take a break from that endless criticism that runs through your mind over and over again. And maybe in the beginning they're just words that you're saying and you're like, I don't know about this. And then one day you're like, hey, yeah, I am kind. I am confident. Maybe not all the time, or whatever other affirmations resonate for you. And over time, you can start to change that dialogue with yourself. So I want you to bow your head towards your heart. And think one final compliment or affirmation or something that you're proud of, an accomplishment or a character trait that you realize that's actually quite beautiful. And highlight this in yourself right now. And see maybe if for the coming few days or week or month, whatever you want to commit to, just a few times a day, you can take a moment, it only has to be 30 seconds, and think something positive about yourself. Just a little break. Maybe you're waiting for the light to turn green, or maybe you're standing in line at the supermarket. Just think about something positive about yourself. It can be super small, doesn't have to be big. Change that inner dialogue. Start to recreate the paths laid down of those voices in your head. Gently start to wiggle your fingers, maybe rub your hands over your legs, and then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's class. There's so much more to learn about self-love, but we only have time for so much in one class. So I really invite you, just start to read up about it, even Google it. There's so much to learn. And also a kind reminder that yoga is so much more than just a physical practice. So take it off your mat too, and start to connect to the practice of yoga off your mat. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next time. Much love. Bye.